Hey everyone, what's going on? Aaron here. Welcome to the video. So I'm going to talk about Celsius. They submitted their Form 10, or Ionic Digital submitted their Form 10. I'm going to go over that, at least some of the highlights I saw. It's over 200 pages, so I'm definitely not going to go through everything, but I am going to go through just some of the highlights that I saw. Before I go through that, though, I just want to cover a couple other quick stories. So the retail borrowers are trying to get in court, which it seems like they will, on May 7th, fighting for their case, saying that they have been unfairly treated. And also on May 7th, there is a motion to distribute deceased account holder assets. Some people have actually messaged me saying that does affect them. So just wanted to let you know that that will be happening on the 7th. So this is the Form 10 for Ionic Digital. And I'll start out with just the summary of the risks, and there are a lot. There are some interesting things I did see, which I'll cover later in this video, but just starting out with the risks. And now I'm just going to summarize this because this is like 250 pages. Basically, it's a new company. We don't know how we'll do. We are exposed to risk of non-performance by Hut 8. A significant concentration of our operations are in Texas. They have a lot of information about how the Bitcoin reward for solving blocks, the halving, the mining revenue, all of the things that can affect the value of this business. There are cybersecurity threats. Our future success depends on the value of Bitcoin. That's pretty obvious. Destruction of private keys could be a problem. CBDCs could be a challenge. Competing blockchain platforms. They're saying that they do not intend to pay dividends as of now. They can issue additional shares without stockholder approval, which could dilute the ownership interest of existing stockholders. Here they talk about the fleet of miners, how many are online, and how much power that they have. Here they have the rig types, the site operators, where they're located. They say they have zero funded debt on their balance sheet, and approximately $195 million in cash that is being proactively managed. So remember that we, the creditors, we funded Ionic Digital. So just to remind you guys here, the mining co-capitalization was $225 million. So now they're saying they have $195 million that they are managing. So they give a lot of information about Cedarvale and how they are completing this new site, which will expand their capacity for miners to be online. They talk about their main competitors. So a lot of these are mining companies that you have heard of. CleanSpark is one, Hut 8, obviously another big one, Marathon, Iris. So here they give a lot of different risks, which there are, again, a ton of different risks for investing in a Bitcoin mining company. They say that our results of operations may be significantly different from the financial data of Celsius Mining. They say that it's difficult to forecast the future results. They have limited employees. They have to attract talent. Ionic is exposed to the non-performance of Hut 8, which is their counterparty under the mining MSA. This one I found interesting because Hut 8 Corp also operates a Bitcoin mining business. We, meaning Ionic Digital, are in direct competition with Hut 8 Corp. The mining MSA does not govern how such conflicts are resolved. This may result in a conflict of interest between any such executive officers and directors of the company. So my notes, what? What do you mean we are in direct competition with Hut 8? But Hut 8 is literally our partner, and right here, Hut 8 may be unable or unwilling to continue operating our miners or operating at any economic or productive level for a variety of technical or economic reasons. So in my brain, I'm like, okay, well, that needs to be clarified. And basically on, pages and pages of challenges or things that can come up. Here they say that our crypto may be subject to loss, damage, or theft. Even though we hold our Bitcoin in cold storage, there could still be some badness that can happen, like losing our keys or getting hacked or whatever, cybersecurity threats and hacks. So they have a lot of information about the balance sheet. But the thing that is interesting is that they are using, or a lot of what they're using, is Celsius Mining's balance sheet. And earlier in this document, they said that the accounting was really, really bad for Celsius Mining because we knew the kind of books that Celsius was running and they were not really that accurate or that complete. So it's like, here's all this information, but a lot of it may not be accurate. So that's why I'm really not going to dig in and go crazy into just everything they're doing here. As I'm scrolling here mindlessly, at the end of the day, pretty much every one of you watching really wants this company to do well. You want the value of your stock to go up a lot, and then you can decide whether you want to hold it, buy more, or sell. So as I'm scrolling, as I'm just going through all of these pages, I just want to let you know that I definitely want this company to do incredibly well. Now, whether or not you decide to sell immediately, I don't know what the price is going to be. Whether you decide to hold it until the end of this bull market, whether you decide to buy more and double down because you really like the management, you really think they can do well here, that is completely up to you. So I just want to let you know that I am rooting for Ionic Digital. I want them to do incredibly well and do better than all of their competitors, or at least compete really, really well with all of the other great miners out there. So here's some information about the directors and officers. We have Thomas and Scott, who are on the UCC. They already have some stock. Most likely that is from their existing Celsius claims. Here we have the executive officers and directors. We have Matt Prusak, who is 31. Okay. Like, I feel so unaccomplished in my life when I see a 31-year-old being the CEO of a new company. But anyway, I digress. So executive officers, we have some information about all of them. And yeah, I'm not going to go through all of that. Matt Prusak has the ability to earn $1 million for the first calendar year, I believe, if he hits his two bonuses of $250,000 each, an annual base salary of $500,000. And here is something that some of you guys may find a little bit, well, I don't know, annoying or interesting. We have the board members earning an annual compensation of $240,000. $75K will be cash and $165K will be paid in Ionic Digital equity. So a lot of people were bringing this up before, and I really don't want to make this about this in this video, but you had two members of the UCC, Scott and Thomas, and they were supposedly, and they still could have been, representing fully the creditors, but they were essentially promised or given, I don't know the exact details, they were given a salary of $240,000 to not go with an orderly wind down and go with this mining co plan. That was many months ago. We were all talking about this, maybe some conflicts of interest there. Was the mining co in the best interest of everybody? At this point, too late. What's happening is happening, and I really, really hope that Ionic Digital does incredibly well. But you can see here why some people had some issue being like, oh, two members of the UCC that were representing the creditors were given very, very nice, cushy salaries. Like, okay, I mean, whatever. I don't want to go into that, but I think you understand. So they're trying to list this stock on Nasdaq under the symbol IOND. They say they have 38 million shares of our Class A common stock. There are around 77,000 holders of the stock. I assume this would just be the creditors that had an earn claim that are getting shares. Here they say the company has $100 in cash and no liabilities. The company will issue 37 million shares, and that will be for an aggregate purchase price of approximately $740 million. And that takes me right back to this chart, which we got many months ago, but it says the mining co net asset value, $740 million. Now, this $740 million came out a long time ago, so I would imagine that the value of the mining co is actually higher right now, primarily because the price of Bitcoin is higher, but then there are a lot of other factors to play into that, including obviously the halving, which is giving miners literally half the mining rewards, and then all the increased competition, the aging of their mining hardware. So there's a lot that goes into the value of a mining company. And they also have that $225 million in cash that I mentioned earlier as well. And that was $225 million that did not come back to us as liquid crypto. So I'm going to try to not rehash previous talking points because we are where we are right now. And again, I am really, really, really hoping, that Ionic Digital does incredibly well and that they kick Riot's ass. They destroy CleanSpark and Iris, and they do really, really well. I want them to do really, really well. So just more and more financials. Really not going to bore you with all this because, to be honest, I really don't care about what happened in the past. You know, I think most of us really want to know, what are they going to do in the future? What are they going to do now to compete with the other miners in the space? So mining stocks are incredibly volatile. This is Iron. This is going to be from more or less the beginning of 2024 right here. Very, very volatile. Taking a look at HUT8, also looking from the beginning of 2024, very, very volatile, even more so than Bitcoin. Here is Cypher mining as well. It looks like a very similar chart, lots of volatility. You have CleanSpark here, which also is very, very volatile as well. We have TeraWolf here looking at from 2024, the beginning of the year. It is just crazy up and down, going from like $1.60 to almost $3 in a very short period of time. I mean, these mining stocks, especially around the halving, they are really, really trading like a dog meme coin right now. And I'm not quite sure when they won't trade very, very volatile like this. This is Riot. I mean, $18 down to $7 in a short period of time. That is basically it, guys. We have this new company that is hopefully going to be listed on the Nasdaq very, very soon. And I look forward to talking with Matt, hearing what his plans are and how he thinks he can compete, or how this company can compete with these other Bitcoin miners. The fact that they don't have any debt on their balance sheet, which was something that was very important for this company, and that they were funded with $225 million does put them in a good position here. So I am very looking forward to this company doing well. You guys watching this, most of you guys are going to be having some of this equity, and I would love for all of us to see the equity price rip. I really hope that this gives people the opportunity to make themselves more either cash whole, like US dollar whole, or Bitcoin whole if you want to sell it to Bitcoin. So that's it for the video. I will be making more videos on this in the future. If you have not subscribed to my Celsius email list, you can do so. I'll leave it at the top of the video description. That's where I will be emailing you updates, including everything regarding this stock as well. I hope you guys are doing as well as you can out there. And yeah, that's basically it. Till next time, guys, talk with you soon, and bye for now.